been off for a month, but guess what? We're back again. It's Quiz Showdown 12.
Beyond Thunderdome!
I just felt needed a big intro there. You know, it's a big deal. It's the first one back after a little bit. Hope you're all doing very well. I'm Daniel Campbell, the showrunner for Quiz Showdown as ever, and boy, we've got a good one here today. It's a guest host one, so I'm not in charge of this one. We'll get to the guy in charge later on. Right now, we've got some smiling faces who are here to enjoy this wonderful quiz journey that we will have here today. Look at all the smiling people. Don't they look so happy? I mean, I don't know about the guy next to me, but hey ho, we'll see how we get on. So, let's run down. Let us run down our suspects for today. First up, this man thinks of himself as a prize fighter. He heard the saying, "Come forth and you shall receive eternal life," but complained to the organisers when all he got was a kettle instead. It's David Hockney.
I was thought you were going to say fruit bowl for a second there. Yeah, so I'm back with a new camera and still the same shit Wi-Fi, so we'll just... but it's nice to be back on Quiz Showdown after an extended absence.
When it comes to this man, the two words that I think are Stockholm Syndrome. You can judge that. It's Ross McLeod.
Thank you, Daniel. Incidentally, you're looking fat today.
What can I say? I've got two cameras pointing at me, so that's £20. Next up, this is what happens when you order Alistair Black from Wish.com. It's Grampy Robbie.
I really wish I'd like lied back first and just rose up when you said that. Could have really made that work.
Up next, social distancing has been quite tough on this man, but luckily he's ginger, so he's used to it. It's Stephen Wilson.
Yes.
Rounding off our panel today of competitors in this quiz, let's be honest, the year has been tough for him. There's been the worries about how jobs are going to go. There's been lockdowns galore. And worst of all, he found out Billy Kay's married. It was quite tough on him. In fact, we have footage of his reaction.
Mate, every night when I think about her.
20.
Oh, dear.
But yes, that is our panelist for this quiz, but we do have someone else in the host chair. In fact, he is the person over this way. Yes, that's who I'm pointing at. Ladies and gentlemen, a multi-time Quiz Showdown champion. He's been on this show almost as many times as I've been, so he's a very familiar figure. It is Scott McLeod.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitches.
You're no Tina Turner.
This would have been the perfect opportunity to break out the "I'm with stupid" t-shirt.
Right, lads. So as everybody knows, we're actually recording this after the final ever Thunderdome episode of a WWE program. Thankfully, as live fans are returning. But we're going to mark that occasion by looking back at the months where there wasn't any fans. So everything from mid-March of 2020, when they had that first PC SmackDown, up until the most recent episode of Raw is eligible. It's not just going to be WWE, it's going to be some stuff outside. There's going to be a lot of numbers related answers here. That's why I managed to that's why I used to get Dave in here from clearly one of the old SmackDown games, given his background. So we're going to have 6 rounds. They're all fairly short in length, and the points will vary, and I'll explain how the points work as we go along. The last 2 rounds are quite fun. I'm really happy with those. So, Jack, I know you were nervous with me in the hosting chair, so there's some wrestling knowledge required, but it's all fairly recent. And I've got 2 of the hosts of a show that used to be covering Raw on a weekly basis. Surely, at least some of these questions you should get right.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
I spent most of the Raw reports talking about Love Island and slating Ryan Gallagher. So, I mean, if there's any knowledge of Raw, not.
I mean, when in doubt, slag Ryan Gallagher. You know,
and leave any Love Island chat out of this.
I've got also 2 maybe New Japan questions later on in the podcast, which is why Grant's here. Although I worry he'll have given up by then. So round length is shorter, but the questions I've tried to make harder. So let's see how we go. 6 rounds. This first round is going to be all about WWE, specifically the main roster, and around, I couldn't think of any of them, so we're going back to the old favourite, ring general knowledge. Walter there, doing his
It's a
part.
nice mask.
All right, lads. Like I said, each of these questions will be worth 1 point unless I specify otherwise, and they'll vary as we go. First question. What was the first WWE Championship to change hands in the Thunderdome? What was the first championship? Read your answers, and then when we come to the end, we'll go back through them, mark them as you go, and Daniel will help me count up the scores as we go along. First championship. Either both Ross and Dave have something interesting stuck to their riffs, or they're having some issues already.
Piss off.
All right, lads, get used to questions like this because it's a numbers-based question. We're gonna go 2 points here. If you get the number bang on, you can get a couple either side. You'll get 1 point. It's a big question here. This is now counting the main roster WWE, so not NXT. And we're also not including 205 or main event. That would have made it harder for me personally. How many main roster shows did WWE run in the Performance Center before they moved to the Thunder? This is Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views are eligible.
Ah, you bastard is right.
Pay-per-views as well.
Jesus, wet.
Can I ask? Are we counting WrestleMania as one show?
No. I'll accept night 1 and night 2 as separate shows.
Right.
I figured someone might ask me about that. I mean, you may be annoyed at me now, but like, consider I took out main event and 205 live for you. We're also done the PC, so I could have been a total bastard. Question 3. It's getting harder now. This is going to be worth
That's what she said.
4 points. It's going to be worth 4 points. Okay. I need one for each name. At WrestleMania 36 Night 2, Bayley defended the SmackDown Women's Championship in a 5-way elimination match. And the competitors in there were Sasha, Naomi, Tamina, and Lacey Evans. I want you to give me from first eliminated to the person who Bayley last defeated in order of elimination. So if you mix up 2 in like the opposite order, you can still get the other 2. So that's 2 points. So 1 point for each one that you get in the correct order.
So it's like one of those chronological order questions that we've done in the past.
Yeah, very much.
Cool.
Yeah, so get ready for questions like this because he had 1 point, 2 points, and now 4 points. The points value across my quiz will vary wildly. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about that? We got something?
Guessed it.
Oh yeah.
The dogs apparently hate that question, but I don't care. Speaking with Bayley, this is a reign that started out before lockdown, but most of its best moments took place during the lockdown era. When Bayley lost their championship to Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell, it ended the longest reign in SmackDown Women's Championship history. How long was Bayley's reign as SmackDown Women's Champion? I want it in days. I'll go with the same one that I did before. 2 points if you're bang on it. You can get a couple either side. I'll give you 1 point.
I think I've got this right on the money.
You're a fucking square, Dave.
Hurling insults already, Jack.
That's a rectangle.
This is a rhombus.
And this is fucking awful trash talk.
I thought you were just being DDP there.
You're just being pedantic.
Anywho, before someone really has their feelings insulted, Jesus Christ. The final question of this round. Does anyone here remember Raw Underground?
Oh.
I want you to tell me how many weeks did Raw Underground last? From the first week to the very final week it was a part of TV. How many weeks was Raw Underground?
Oh, we're not talking about the Pornhub series that Ross was in.
That's still ongoing.
Listen. I told the producers that Smack Ass and SmackDown were completely different things and could not be sued. Thank you kindly.
Your version also includes a character called Slapjack.
No, that's what we'll be doing at the end of this quiz.
Ooh.
You're hard, aren't you? Unless
That's what she said.
Unless anyone needs questions repeated, are we good to go round so everyone can mark theirs up?
Good to go.
Alrighty. I'll go round.
Wait. Right, so what were there's 5 questions.
There were 5 questions.
No, there's 6, Ross.
Yeah, Wido.
He's winging it. So I'll go around everybody quickly, starting with Jack, our champion. Jack, for question 1, what did you put for the first championship to change hands inside the Thunderdome?
I put. No, I still realise I've made the same stupid mistake. But I put US title.
Ross
Such a
Bean's ready to
fucking
go.
idiot, man.
Russ?
I scored out about 9 other titles and eventually landed on Raw Women's.
I'll just go around as I have you on the screen. Grant?
I got US title. I guessed it.
David Hockney?
Raw Women's title.
Stephen?
I also have Raw Women's title.
Well, all of you are wrong.
Good.
It's
Oh,
the first. It is, in fact, the Intercontinental Championship. As the first episode of the Thunderdome era, Jeff Hardy, via knee brace, won the championship from AJ Styles.
I kept forgetting what wasn't Thunderdome and what was at that point. Because I had the women's tag titles down first. Because Performance Center, I was thinking. Then I went US title thinking Apollo Crews, and I was like, oh no, I'm annoyed.
I was thinking SummerSlam. I forgot
I
that
was
one.
thinking-
It was the Friday before
SummerSlam as well.
SummerSlam. It was the Friday before SummerSlam that they debuted it, so the very first show they had a title change.
I was like, wait, is it only the Universal title changed hands at that SummerSlam? And I realised, no, that was the year before. It was only the Universal title this year. And I was like, last minute, Raw Women's.
Yeah.
I think I was so smart.
Well, you lose. Good day, all of you. I'll go back in the reverse order, starting with Stephen this time. Stephen, what number did you put?
Big guess, 42.
David Hockney?
87. 87.
Grant McRobbie?
49.
49. Ross?
I lowballed it. I went 38.
Jack Graham?
The answer to everything, 44.
Aren't you funny? Well, given the rules of either side, given this is just Raw, SmackDown pay-per-views, 1 point is going awarded to Grant McRobbie, who put 49, as the answer is in fact 51.
Ooh.
This was a painstaking answer to look up just for Raws and SmackDown pay-per-views, because Cage Match doesn't list them in order they aired. It's listed in all the order that they were recorded, because they went through a stage of just bulk recording 3 SmackDowns, 2 episodes of Raw in weird orders during this period, just so people didn't have to always be around each other because of COVID. So there you go. A total of 1 point has been awarded so far in this quiz. We're off to a rip-roaring start.
Champion already.
But it can all change in this round. I'm just going to give you the order that it went, and then you can tell me how many you got out of the 4. The order went Tamina, Naomi, Sasha, and then finally Lacey Evans.
Excellent.
Out of 4, I want you to tell me what number you all got. So, Stephen, I'm assuming you got, was that full marks for you?
4.
Square.
4. Jack?
I got 4 as well.
Fucking square.
Grant?
1.
Up your lead. Dave?
1.
Jesus Christ. Oh, there you go, Grant. You've got more points than Dave, so there's that something to hold your head up about. Ross?
I get 5 out of 4, so I demand 5 points per what? No, I get 2.
There you go. At least now everyone is on the board. With Stephen and Jack and the current leads so far. Second last question. Again, similar rules to the PC question. How many days did Bayley reign as champion Ross,
I put 376.
376. Grant,
359.
Jack,
370.
Stephen,
I went high. I went 394.
and the man who felt so confident that he got it bang on, David Hockney.
380.
Well, 1 point to Ross for being close, and 2 points to David Hockney. It is in fact 380 days.
Very good.
Well done.
Murder it.
Nerd.
There you go. Exactly 380 days for Bailey and our reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. And final question, I will reveal the answer, and you guys can tell me if you got this one. Raw Underground lasted a total, a whopping 8 weeks.
Bastard. I went
Bastard. At 10.
Bastard.
Add 9.
So did nobody get that?
I don't think
I
so.
get up at 6 weeks.
I put 6 as well.
Well, this is one of the smaller number questions, so this is not a one you get on either side, sadly. You had to get it bang on. But it doesn't really matter because we get to the end of the final round. So we move on from the main roster of WWE down to NXT, as they've had an up and down 2020 and 2021. And the round I think is appropriately titled one of the best things to come out of NXT over the last year. Round 2 is called To the Moon.
Yay!
He's a magnificent butler.
Numbers galore in this round. Alrighty. Now we got one. This is going to be, I don't know how I'm going to work the points for this one, but NXT TakeOver in your house, the first one, we saw an unusual squash match when Karrion Kross rolled through Tommaso Ciampa. I want you to tell me, how long did Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross last at NXT TakeOver in your house?
See, instead of giving a number, can I just say how long Ross lasts with Haley normally?
I don't think it was that quick.
He said numbers, not letters, so you can't put any.
Yeah, minutes and seconds for this one.
Oh, who goes for minutes?
I think this is going to be one. This is going to be one I think you guys got to get bang on because I make the rules. It's my quiz. If you guys are cool with me on the next question, speaking of Karrion Kross, this is a question that also is worth 4 points as well, so you can get it partly wrong but still get some points from this. When Karrion Kross got injured after winning the NXT title, they hosted a 4-way Iron Man match to crown a new champion. What I want you to tell me is what was the final score of that match? So the match was Balor, Cole, Gargano, and Ciampa. What was the fight? Everybody's score. So you can put the person's name and how many falls you think they got. If you can get at least one or two guys' number right, you can still get some points in this question.
I feel semi-confident of this because I had to count these points for the draft.
Balor versus Cole versus Gargano versus
Balor,
Ciampa.
Hulk Hogan. Put Hulk Hogan down, Jack.
He is a real American.
I don't even actually consider Stephen has to really keep up with all the weekly TV for the
Yes,
draft.
for my sins. Well, I say keep up with it. I kind of semi keep up with it.
Honest mistakes.
Honest mistakes.
I heard they
Yes.
still fudge the scores to this day.
Yes, that's why I'm down by 56 points.
So you're dragging the rest of us down with you.
Yes, especially that cheating bastard Ryan Gallagher.
Moving on to question 3. This is just a 1 point question. In 2020, on their move across all 3 brands, Sasha Banks and Bayley made an appearance on NXT to defend the Women's Tag Team Championships. What I want you to tell me is what 2 women did they defend the championships against?
Ooh.
Remember, this is when the best thing of every show at that time was Sasha and Bayley. That was a good time.
Right, I think I might have it.
This is a 2-pointer to come up next. after his most recent TakeOver appearance where he dropped the NXT Championship to Karrion Kross, what is currently Finn Balor's TakeOver win-loss record? In a very prominent TakeOver performer, as we briefly talked about in the NXT quiz some months ago. So, moving on. Question 5. This is another 2-pointer. Minutes and seconds again, but it's more recent. How long was the unsanctioned match between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole at TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 2?
Too long. Nah,
This is why they want you. I was like, yeah, Triple H really does have a lot of influence around here, doesn't he?
I remember talking about this with Derek on the WrestleMania review show, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I said the number out loud when we talked about this match.
Yeah, don't you, Dave? Numbers on the show, you'd love it. Well, who else are you spend an evening? All right, how are we feeling? We already going to the last question. It's just a 1 point for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Before he vacated the NXT North American Championship, Keith Lee did compete in at least one match where he defended both championships at the same time. Who did he defend both championships against? The NXT and the NXT North American Championship. Only one person that he did this with before he vacated the North American title. Dave looking cocky as anything, and I don't like it.
No, I'm confident. I think this is the answer I'm most confident with. You do realize there's a number 7 at the end of the question there.
I don't know why there's a number 7.
And the crowd goes mild.
Daniel!
Well, 7. Well, no, it was not 7. It was not Justin Rhodes' weird WCW gimmick from 1999 coming back to fight Keith Lee. As good as that would have been.
That gimmick that lasted 10 minutes because he looked like a paedophile.
That should sorry, just the sorry for imperfection thing, not the paedophile thing. Just before I go further with this thing, the sorry for imperfection. That should be our music. We should start a wrestling group, sort of like Dolph Ziggler. We're in perfection. Dun, 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 dun.
Perfection. There you go. Ross is trying to sing it. Me and Dan can play guitars for it.
Same, coming out in the same gear as Dolph Ziggler, but looking very much not like Dolph Ziggler.
I've got the leather jacket for it. I could lend it to somebody.
Shut up.
Like,
as long as Stephen doesn't sing either, because he's shite at singing.
Excuse me.
I will play the triangle.
Sorry, I'm just checking time of death for that joke that Dave completely fucking ruined.
No. Your own time you're wasting. Back to the quiz at hand. We're going to go back round and get everybody's scores here and mark up as you go. Right. Did I say this one was a bang on question, or was it 2 points?
You had to bang on.
You said bang on.
Aye, for the first one. Okay, then. Let's see who got the time right for Ciampa versus Cross that take around your house. David Hockney.
5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Ross.
I went 5:35.
Grant McRobbie.
A gentleman's 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Jack.
I said 5 minutes, 50 seconds.
And Stephen Wilson.
I said 6 minutes and 2 seconds.
Oh, Wilson was the closest. It was, in fact, 6 minutes, 13 seconds.
Ah.
It was a very short. It was actually shorter than I thought. I thought it was around the 7 minute mark. But yeah, it was still very short. No points there, but we have the opportunity to gain another point here. I'll give you the 4 here as we did for the elimination question in the previous round. You can tell me what you got right. The final score was Cole 2, Balor 2, which led to the match. Then and then 1 each for Gargano and Ciampa. So I'm assuming
Dave got too excited, man. Fucking hell.
We've got Adam Cole involved. So Dave and Stephen, I'm assuming you both got 4. That writing is tiny. Can you just say it, please? I'll understand.
Yeah.
I got 4.
Cole 2, Balor 2, Gargano 1, Ciampa 1, 4 points.
4. Okay, you got 4, Stephen.
Yeah, I get 4.
You said 4, Jack as well.
Yeah, I got 4 too.
Grant.
I got 3. The one that I got wrong was Champa. I thought he got Hee Haw.
And Ross.
I get 4, but I didn't feel the need to orgasm like the first two competitors you asked.
4!
Do not compare my reaction to Dave. I literally went like that.
Stephen, you were as well doing Monica and Friends. 7!
You're a
7!
you're a good practicing Protestant, Stephen. You know, you're a very staunch and regal man. You don't give big reactions. A simple. And Laura knows she's done a good job.
So everybody gets points there, right? Grant just coming short of getting full marks, but still a respectable 3. So well done to everybody on that one. Who did the team that they faced for the time titles? That being Sasha and Bailey. Grant, I'll start with you. Who was it?
I guessed Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter.
Would have been a good guess. Not the one I have here. Dave.
Oh, for God's sake! No, I said the same as Grant. Casey and Caden.
Well, you're both wrong. Ross.
I know I'm going to be wrong, but just so I had an answer, I put Tegan and Shotzi.
Well, Ross, by the way, you are right.
It was them.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, I'd taken
Yes.
Knots and Shotzi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that, Ross, about no orgasming when you give
Yeah, I
an
was going to
answer?
say.
Oh, excuse me, I'm away to change my boxers.
Well, there you go. That's a point for Ross, Stephen, and Jack. There, nothing for Grant and Dave, unfortunately. The 2-point one, shall we reveal this on screen? Balor's total win-loss record is a record of 14 wins.
Bastard!
Oh yeah.
That
Is that 1 point or is it 2 points?
2
If you get
points.
them both.
Two if you get them both.
1 point each
Yes.
side.
Yeah.
I'll go suck a chode.
I should say the 14 wins includes the fact that he won 2 matches in one night at TakeOver Respect in 2015 as he was in the Dusty tournament at the time. So
Yep.
let's get what everybody got so I know how many points each side. Jack?
I put 14 wins, but I put 5 losses.
No, his only 2 losses were Cross and Samoa Joe. So you got 1 point for that, Jack. Well done. Dave?
14-2 on the dot.
Well done. Stephen?
I got the 2 losses, but I had 11 wins, so 1 point.
That is 1 point to Stephen. Grant?
I got none of it right. I got 9 wins and 3 losses. So I was a bit shy.
Neil Plath for Grant and Ross.
Raging one off. I put 15-2.
We still get the losses right, so there you go. That's looking very interesting now, score-wise, if I'm correct. And we go to the second last question. The exact answer I'll put up on the screen, and everybody can see what they got. It's you can get a couple of points either side. 14 minutes, 19 seconds.
Not that
Shit.
nowhere near it.
Still
I said
shorter than the Bad Blood Hell in a Cell.
I said 39 minutes 37.
Well, Dave gets. You said 39. That's still 1 point. I think you're on either side. Oh, yeah, 1 point.
Just one? Okay,
Just the
cool.
one. You didn't get a bag on because you can't get.
That's
any.
fine.
Just one
Ross?
you could get.
I went
I did the full points for it.
I went 40 minutes and 34.
One to Grant. Ross, you're all
No, I get none. I get 31-27.
51. That's nothing for Ross. Jack.
I put 35, so I got nothing.
All right. And Stephen.
I was further off than Jack. I was 34 minutes, 30 seconds, so none.
So I think just Grant and Dave getting something from that there. I'm going to really rely on everybody else there. I'm just going to start trying to mark it up because if you guys are doing it, it's no point me doing it. I'm getting lost here. It's my fucking quiz. The final person. I mean, notepad and everything. And the final person the only person Keith Lee defended the titles against at the same time was, of course, Dominik Dijakovic. or T-Bar for his friend.
Yep.
In last place currently on 7 points, it is Grant McRobbie. Tied second place on 10 points, Stephen and Ross. In a tie for first place on 11, it's Jack and David Holly.
Ooh.
Oh, Saturday Draft Live plays tied in first.
Mhm.
Very interesting, but still all to play for. We have 4 rounds left. For the third round, we're going to look at an aspect of WWE, particularly that was a highlight throughout the Thunderdome era, at cinematic wrestling, in a round that we've kind of used before, but with a bit of a twist. We are on to the GOATden Globes.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh my god.
Oh, who fucking let him be associated with this?
Points to anyone who can spot where David is in the picture.
He's in the Hollywood sign, the D.
It's in the D.
In the letter D, yeah.
D, and the D does not stand for David.
Should it not have been called the GOATden Chodes?
Well, when you
Sorry, I was about to say my delay was fine until David came back on screen. Now it's came back.
Well, we can still hear you. We make you out better than David was before, so that's still something. Right, question 1, lads. This is just 1 point. During the Firefly Funhouse, we had a little skit where John Cena and Bray Wyatt were reenacting a Saturday Night's Main Event promo. What nickname did John Cena get given by Bray Wyatt during that segment? One of my favourite matches of 2020. Just say, by the way, there's only 4 questions in this round, but the last question is worth 6 points. There you go. All right. We go on to the second question. This is also worth 1 point. In the Stadium Stampede match, which member of the Inner Circle took the fall in the first Stadium Stampede match? This is Double or Nothing 2020. So the match against the Elite. Not as many questions about cinematic matches that I could try and find out to be difficult, but I think the last question makes up for the amount of points that are on offer. I'm going to be careful how I word this one. There was a point during the men's and women's Money in the Bank match where Dana Brooke thought she had won the match, which allowed Carmella to sneak up behind her and hit her with a particular object. What I want you to tell me is, what did Carmella use to hit Dana Brooke with during that match? It's a very specific answer here. Oh. And I'm going to give you plenty of time when we get to this last question, because, as I said, it's worth 6 points. You all got an answer for that one?
I have no clue what the answer for 1 and 3 is, so I've just put some very dirty answers. So
Can't wait to hear this. That's the answer for this one.
All right, lads. There were, in the 2020 Money in the Bank match, there were 6 surprise cameos throughout the cinematic masterpiece. 6 points on offer. 1 point for every person you can tell me made an appearance in this match. I actually thought it was 5 until I went over this with Daniel, where he pointed out somebody who I forgot. So yeah, it's 6 people.
Is this across the men's or is it men's and women's?
There was the one match.
They happened at the same time.
Oh yeah, so they both happened at the same time, yeah.
They're all running to the roof. This is where Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio were murdered and then showed up a night later. Giving you guys a bit of time here. I can see that Ross is loving this round. I can tell by his face. If you guys think this is hard, you're not going to like round 4. I can just tell you that.
Oh boy.
I can't remember 2.
Right, I put down. Yeah, I put down 6 names, but I'm only 6 names, but I'm confident with just 4 of them.
Steven, you said you couldn't remember, as in you don't remember who it was, or you want me to repeat the question?
No, I can't remember who it was. It's bugging me. I can remember 3. I can get 3 of them in my head.
I was going to say, you got a 1 in 5 shot for that question because there's 5 members. All right, it's a quick, relatively short round. We go back to the start. we go around to John Cena's nicknames during the Firefly Funhouse. It's Saturday. I keep going to say Saturday Night Live skit. Saturday Night's Main Event skit. I thought it was Johnny Hardbody. It turns out the name is, well, listening back to it, his nickname was Johnny Large Meat.
Yes.
Oh, but my joke wasn't far away.
Oh, no.
That is a textbook definition of a porno name.
I called him Big Dick Daddy.
Was he too bad?
Jesus Christ.
So Ross was wrong.
Is that half a point? Because, I mean, large meat,
Oh.
Big Dick Daddy.
Go around everybody else. It's not Ross. And say yay or nay if you got that right. Grant,
I just guessed Invisible Man because I had no fucking clue.
that's an A. Dave,
I just went with his old FCW name, Prototype.
well, that was wrong. Jack,
Yeah, I got that.
Stephen,
I said that dude from Total Wipeout.
Richard
Jacket.
Hammond did not fight Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
No, it is in he's in Total Wipeout USA with the woman
I know.
from Nailed It,
Mhm.
which is the
I feel
weirdest
like-
combination I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like McBain in that bit in The Simpsons. That's the joke.
It's British you, to be fair.
So Jack gets the 1 point from that. This is the one that Stephen was struggling with, so I'm going to come to him first naturally for this. Which member of the Inner Circle took the fall at Double or Nothing 2020?
Was it Sammy Guevara?
It was Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, I knew that one. I was struggling with the last one.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about this question. So anybody didn't have Sammy Guevara?
Nah, I got cold feet and said Jericho.
That would be wrong. Jack, did you get Sammy Guevara?
I put Guevara, yeah.
Grant?
I'd give that it.
Ross, if you're done with your domestic, did you put Sammy Guevara?
It wasn't the domestic. She was asking if I wanted in for the shops, you dick. And anyway, I put Sammy Guevara.
Then. Dave not doing as well so far in this round. We go on to question 3, the oddly specific answer. Jack, you seem to laugh during this. I think you may have it. At least I hope you do. Jack, did you have the answer to this one? What did Dana Brooke get hit with by Carmella?
No, I just wrote down a double-edged dildo.
For God's sake.
No, it's not.
Ah, close. No, it's close.
It wasn't. Grant?
I put a golden chair. I could not remember.
Nope. Ross, I don't think you've got it, but I'm just wanting to hear what your answer is.
I mean, something that could be used as a double-edged dildo. A salami.
Yeah, they got them just lying about in Titan Towers. Stephen?
I had a feeling, is it a cardboard cutout of Stephanie McMahon?
That would have been funny, but no. Dave?
I just went for a most logical answer of a framed poster.
Oh, you are close, Dave, but no cigar. The answer is it was a picture of Carmella winning Money in the Bank. When Carmella had a picture.
Can I get half of that? It was I did say it was a poster or a picture.
No.
This is a same picture of Carmella herself winning Money in the Bank that she used to hit Dana Brooke with. That is not the same
That
thing.
is BS.
You said framed poster. You said a poster. This is a picture of Carmella. I
What's
said
the
this had
picture poster shite jobby.
You're going to be speaking about this for the next month, Dave. I can't wait.
You are
Can we
tied first so
can we
far.
just like make a gif of that moment? Picture poster shite jobby. I want to see that in a gif.
Is a specific
Hold
answer
on a minute. Hold on. This is the man going picture poster shout jobby, but wouldn't give Uniondale, New York, and New York as the same answer in the original WrestleMania quiz. So I mean,
I knew that was going to come back to bite me.
Bang bang.
Dave, this was I said we had a specific answer that I was looking for. You did not get it, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. The 6 names
Fine.
I'm looking for, I'll name them now and you can mark them as you go if you got them. The names I'm looking for were Stephanie McMahon, John Laurinaitis, Brother Love, Paul Heyman, Dunk the Clown, and Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself.
Ah,
I wrote down Johnny Ace Johnny Ace instead of John
same
Laurinaitis.
Yeah, give him that.
So he was. He was there, but Otis.
I could
Was the
only guess.
Boogeyman not in it?
I don't remember the Biggie Man.
Was Boogeyman not in it?
I thought it was, because that's what my answers I've got are
I
Stephanie
should-
McMahon, Vince McMahon, the Boogeyman, and your ma.
Oh, man, I was definitely not in the Money in the Bag. I would know about that.
In last place on 10 points is Grant McRobbie. In joint third place, it is Stephen and David Hockney.
Oh,
In second place, on 15, it is Ross. And currently leading, 2 points ahead on 17, it's Jack.
oh. On how many points? Sorry, I couldn't hear over the sneeze.
17 points for Jack.
All right. But maybe, Grant, you'll find some more fortune in this next round as we've got a bit of New Japan in this round. Also, AEW and Impact all kind of merged into one round as we're about to take a trip behind the forbidden door.
No, you didn't keep that one.
Oh god.
Oh, hideous.
Oh god.
That's it. Cover your face as you should.
This is why I don't shave.
Oh,
And we're starting off this round with another numbers question, and it's to do with New Japan. So, Grant, if you were paying attention to as the co-host of the New Japan show on this podcasting platform, then you should probably get this. On night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom 15, back in January of this year, Kota Ibushi and Jay White had a match which has now holds the record for the longest Tokyo Dome main event in history. It broke the record this year. How long, in minutes and seconds, was Kota Ibushi versus Jay White? It's now the longest main event in Tokyo Dome history. All right. You got something down for that one, Russ?
mhm.
All right. Question 2. Slammiversary last year was a big night for Impact Wrestling as we're expecting the arrival of some recently released WWE superstars as we are this year. We're recording this also before Slammiversary 2021. I want to know, who was the first superstar that had recently been released from WWE to make an appearance on camera at Slammiversary 2020? Former WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me.
Jesus Christ.
Excuse you.
There we go. This is a small number answer, so for this one you had to get it bang on. And his first reign as AEW TNT champion, including the match where he lost it, how many times did Cody Rhodes defend the TNT championship? Remember, this is almost this is a regular thing in the summer of 2020, including the match where he lost it to Brody Lee.
Adrenaline in my soul. Pyro takes up half the show.
I prefer the Dark Order rendition where they sing something something Cody Rhodes.
Lights go out because I need all the attention. Oh.
Here's another feud. Here's another feud.
And now they're buried.
Cody Rhodes, hater of the Dutch.
I mean, I don't like Tom
Question
Brock
4.
either, but
Question 4. In late April, AEW did host and on the final show, AEW hosted in front of fans before regularly moving to Jacksonville. Somebody made their AEW debut on that show. Who was that superstar? Who made their AEW debut on the final show that AEW had fans? It was a Dynamite.
boom, Dynamite.
Final Dynamite was in front of fans. This person made their debut. I can.
I have to take a guess at that one.
I'm
Right.
drawing blanks here.
That's what I like to hear. I've done a good job as Quizmaster. So we got 6 questions. That's right. I have 2 EW, 2 Impact, and 2 New Japan ones for this round. There we go. We go back to the second last one. We go back to Impact Wrestling. The opener, it's the Slammiversary 2020, saw the return to Impact Wrestling of the Motor City Machine Guns as they were answering an open challenge. But what tag team throughout that open challenge? Whose open challenge were they answering?
Is this question 5? Yeah.
Question
Oh,
5.
shit, actually, I'm thinking about it.
Because this was like a weird time because like, a lot of people came back, but at the same time, a lot of people left.
I'm sticking with my original answer.
Bit of a guess on this one.
Okay. I should say this final one is a New Japan question. It's to do with numbers again, but you can, if you get a few days either side, I will give it to you. Right. Final question. I'm going to be careful how I word this. On February 26, 2021, Jon Moxley defended the IWGP US title against Kenta. And it had been quite a long time since Jon Moxley had made a defense of the IWGP US title because of not being able to go to Japan. So I want you to tell me how many days had it been since from February 26, 2021, where he defended the title against Kenta. At that point, how many days had it been since he had last defended the title?
February 26th, did you say?
It was February 26, 2021. At least that's when it aired. Obviously, it's not may not have been taped in advance, but that's when it aired. How many days had it been since he'd last defended the title?
Tricky one, that.
It's shot in the dark.
Oh.
Actually, no.
So, no pressure on these New Japan questions, Grant, by the way.
They're brutal New Japan questions.
I know. If everybody's confident, do we? Well, not confident, but if everyone's got something and don't need any questions repeated, shall we go to answers, or does anyone need something repeated?
Why not?
That's a no then. All right. We have a couple of minutes. You can get like a minute or so either side. Then you'll get this right for the length of the match. Kota Ibushi and Jay White. The match length was officially 48 minutes, 5
Holy
seconds.
moly. It was way off.
I thought that was like an average New Japan match. It certainly feels like it. It certainly feels like listening to Grant talk about it. I put 72-13.
72? They've got a time limit.
I was going to say, I've got that 60-minute time
I
limit.
thought like the what do you call it? I thought like
I said 60-minute time limit, yeah.
If you say one of the Omega Okada matches, it was an Iron Man match and it went to overtime.
That wasn't an Iron Man, it was a 2 to 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls, sorry.
is that the Dominion one?
Aye.
But see, ironically, the previous record was 46 minutes something, which was the first Okada Omega match from a few years earlier. So Ross didn't get it, Dave didn't get it, Jack.
No,
I put 50 minutes, so I didn't.
I didn't get it either.
Yeah, it's just a bit too off. Grant, what did you put in just in curiosity?
48 minutes and 13.
Well, that's enough for 1 point. There you go, Grant. You got something from that one, and I'm happy that you've maintained your seat on East Meets West for now.
The GOAT will be watching this closely.
Hey Scott, did you get a load of the nerd?
Excuse me?
No, this is our answer to the good brothers, the shit brothers.
Hey man, we've come here to get pure white.
Grant, I'll stay with you for this one. Who was the first recently released WWE superstar to make an appearance on camera at Slammiversary 2020?
I took a stab. I went for Matt Cardona.
That was incorrect. Ross?
I went Heath Slater.
Just Heath, but that'll do. Thank you very much. Yes, it was Heath.
Mother of God.
Nice.
That was my other answer.
I thought it was
really hate myself for changing it now.
I thought it was Deonna Purrazzo.
It wasn't our
That's
first
not that was
appearance.
before Slammiversary, wasn't it?
Yeah, she came before Slammiversary.
I mean,
But Dave was.
So
done
I
before
remember. I remember she posted a tweet about last year's Slammiversary. That's where I was thinking it was her.
No, she debuted on Impact before then, so I was looking for people who made their first appearance.
You're wrong.
Right.
Accept it. Move on.
Other than Ross
I've had
today,
a
we don't
drink.
get
I put down Heath.
Jack was saying Boo Earns. Stephen?
I put Kirk Hawkins.
That was also Ross and Jack get that one. The answer you had to get bang on. The answer is including this match with Brody Lee where he lost it. Cody Rhodes managed a total of 9
bastard.
title defenses.
Yes.
Defending against the likes of Jungle Boy, Mark Quinn, Eddie Kingston, Warhorse, Brody Lee, among others. I believe Jake Hager as well. So Dave, you're nodding your head. Did you get 9 bang on?
Yeah, I got it 9.
Russ?
No, I had 11.
11. Jack?
I put 6.
Grant?
7.
And Stephen Wilson.
Also 7.
Okay, so Dave Hockney is the only person that gets the 1 point from that. Who made their AEW debut on the final Dynamite in front of fans? It was the Murder Hawk monster, Lance Archer.
Get in! Come on.
He appeared in the crowd alongside Jake Roberts. And the reason I know that he appeared on this show before fans is he was on Jericho's podcast and joked, I made my debut the following week, the world goes to shit. That's what he said on Jericho's show.
He's the only guy I could have thought of. He's the only one I could have thought sprung to mind at that point that came out.
I like putting that
I
after
put
us
Jake
because
the Snake thinking it was Jake the Snake because I know he debuted like the week before. Region.
So who
I was torn between him and... No, I said Brian Cage. I was torn between him and Archer.
Brian Cage debuted at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I put Brian Cage as well. I forgot that it was the Casino Battle Royale thing he was in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Stephen, it was you that got Lance Archer then.
No, I think Grant got it too.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Right, good. So Grant and Stephen get 1 point for Lance Archer, yeah. I like the fact that I put that after Cody because it was Cody that beat Lance Archer to win the TNT title inaugurally. So there was a bit of connection there. Number 5 is a team that we know now is MSK that put out this open challenge. It was the Rascals that put out the open challenge.
Damn it.
I had the North.
That's who I almost went for.
I said
Rascals.
I said Finn Juice.
So Grant, Ross,
No, I didn't get it.
okay, so just Grant and Ross got that one. Grant's feeling good, he's getting back into it. The comeback is on, Grant. Final question. A number of days, you can get a couple. If you can get a couple either side, like 5 or so either side, I'll give you 1 point. John Moxley, when he defended the IWGP title against Kenta, his last defense had been February 9th, 2020 against Minoru Suzuki, getting a total between defenses 300 and.
Oh, bastard!
How close do you need to get?
I'll say 5 or so either side.
Fuck off, Scott.
Off.
Nah.
I had 391.
What?
I had 391. I was 9 away.
400, I said.
Suck my buzz. 379.
There you go, Grant. Jack?
I put 369.
Nice, but no.
I was well. I forgot he defended it against Suzuki. I thought it was like Wrestle Kingdom was his last one.
Nah.
Same. That's why I went 391.
See, what's funny is that 382, I didn't realize how close that number was to the number for Bailey's question earlier on in this quiz. There's like 2-day difference between those two answers.
Here are the scores that we have right now. I'm afraid it didn't help you, Grant. You're still in bottom of the leaderboard just now on 14. Joint third on 15 is still Stephen and Hockney.
Only 1 point
Second
behind those,
place.
Grant.
This was my moral victory. This is like England-Scotland there again.
In second place for 17, it's Ross. And 1 point ahead is Jack.
Ooh.
Not bad for a rookie.
This is going to be quite interesting, these next 2 rounds. There's going to be no writing. There's going to be no writing down of answers on this one. This this next one wasn't going to be a buzzer-related round, but I made it so. I couldn't think. I'm happy with the concept. Not so happy with the name I randomly came up with. Daniel, if you can put that graphic up on the screen, if you can see what this
Certainly.
round is called. Round 5 is called "I Answer Questions Good," because basically the concept is I'm going to read out. I'm going to describe to you 5 events that have happened over the last year. I'm going to give you the worst possible description I can, and whoever can buzz in first and get the answer, I'm going to say, because of these shit descriptions, 3 points if you can get it. But if you
Right,
buzz in,
hold on a minute. Can you hear me? Because I'm on a delay.
I can hear
I can
you.
hear you, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
You can
Again,
hear me.
it's usually the opposite with us. Usually it's a bit premature.
So 3 points if you can buzz in, you buzz in and get it. But if you buzz in on one and you get it wrong, that's you for that one until the next question, and because you get one guess each one. And I had an Arnold Partridge theme last time. This one was a theme of shit that I found funny, and I got hungry towards the end as well. So that explains Russ and Grant's ones. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to all test your buzzer by repeating them back to me when I tell you them. Jack, your because of the Beyond Thunderdome theme, your buzzer is Tina Turner.
Simply the best. Do, 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 do. Better than all the rest.
So yours is Tina Turner. David
So
Hoffman.
just say Tina Turner, okay.
Yeah, please, sir. David, your one, I thought this very carefully. David, your buzzer is, I'd like you to repeat that to me, butthole.
Butthole. I'm dealing with 5 of them at the minute.
Stephen, your buzzer is business. I want you to say exactly like that.
Business.
Just yell the word business.
Yeah. Business. Yeah.
Grant, this is where I got hungry. Grant, your buzzer is hash browns.
Hash browns. Yay!
And finally, Ross, your buzzer phrase is big breakfast.
Big breakfast.
Your word, big breakfast.
Oh,
How did you come up with these?
I have a
totally
lot of
hungry.
time on my hands, and I got hungry.
He was hungry thinking about buttholes at 8 o'clock in the morning.
How do you spend your mornings? All right.
Turner, man. Tina Turner.
How do you
Right.
like your eggs in the morning? I like them
Unfertilized.
Like a butthole.
That's why no one invites you out to brunch anymore, Dave.
and as the sperm swims towards the egg, I can't help feeling I've ruined this breakfast.
No, I'm not even going to fucking say that joke, so I'll get in a lot of trouble.
5 events. Fastest buzzer gets it, and Daniel's here to also listen out to make sure that we get the point possibly go to the right person. Description number 1. Father of 4 gets a knock on the head and wanders around looking for God.
Father of 4 gets a knock in the head and wanders around looking for a god. So that's an event that's happened in the past.
There's something that has happened in the last year. Give me WB, give me EW, Impact, NXT, anything. Anybody want to hazard?
Is this Bray Wyatt?
Hey, Tina Turner.
You see your buzzer first, Grant.
Oh,
for
for
next time.
fuck's sake.
Jack,
Oh wait. I don't know. Oh no, I was gonna.
you said your buzzer.
I've went too early. I was gonna say that Seth Rollins and his disciples.
I don't know what that has to do with this, but no, that is wrong. You went prematurely. It is backfired.
Aye.
Thank you for this question. Everybody else is still in play. Please give me a guess. It might be funny at least, even if it's not factually accurate.
Hash brown, I'm going to take a stab in the dark. It's Matt Hardy getting volleyed by Sammy G with a chair.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You were
bastard.
no. Because you said the volley by the chair, that is not it.
Business. Was it Matt Hardy getting concussed by Sammy Guevara?
Sorry, you froze there, Stephen.
Was it Matt Hardy getting concussed by Sammy Guevara at All Out?
We might be.
Yes, Grant, you were close. 3 points go to Stephen. This is Matt Hardy being allowed to wrestle after hitting his head on the concrete at All Out 2020.
I would not have got that without.
Yeah,
He's a father of 4 now. They just had another kid.
He
Just
he did.
Rebby was pregnant with the first child. Rebby was pregnant at the time, and Sammy calls himself a Spanish god.
Ah, true.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
Very, very well done. I like that.
Yeah, I tell you, these are bad descriptions here.
Good round. That's a good round. I like this.
Right. Well, that's the first one. So now you've got a feeler for how this is going to go. 3 points, Stephen Wilson. Number 2.
3. Oh, fuck, forgot if it was fucking 3 points. Shit. Right, okay.
Right.
Number two. Ninja gets beaten up by an archer and a bunny.
Big breakfast.
Ross, big breakfast.
Oh fuck! I went too quick.
Always happens.
Ninja gets beaten up by an archer and a bunny.
Yeah, Division
Oh,
round.
fucked it. No, I fucked it. Is it the
Hey,
Viking
Tia.
Raiders and the Street
Butthole.
Profits teaming up?
Tina Turner.
Butthole.
I heard Butthole first.
Oh, bollocks.
It was it Bad Bunny winning the 24/7 championship off of Akira Tozawa with Damien Priest's help?
It is exactly right. Yes.
Well done.
That is
Well
exactly
done.
right.
See,
Not the bunny I was-
as
not the
soon as
bunny I
seen
was
that, I'm
thinking.
like, oh, that makes so much sense.
This third one might be my favourite. It's ones like this that made me want to do this round. Number 3. Politician tricked into thinking retirement party is fancy dress.
Butthole.
Grant was first there.
All right, okay. What?
That was
Butthole.
Kane coming out. That was Kane
Yeah,
coming out to the
what-
Legends night,
Grant was
and
first,
he was still dressed full gear.
Daniel, did you hear the
No,
Grant first?
not a Legends night.
Undertaker's
No,
retirement
Legends,
party.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Buzzers, please, people.
Tina
Butthole.
Turner.
I said butthole.
Business.
Yeah, after you said you do the buzzer after the person's already guessed.
Tina
Big
Turner.
breakfast.
Business.
Butthole.
Right. I don't know who to give this to, Daniel. This is
Big
falling apart.
breakfast.
Business.
Butthole.
Okay,
I
right,
think
hold
the
on.
point
hold on,
technically
hold
should
on.
go to Grant.
All right, fine. The points go to Grant.
Thank you, Ross.
Oh,
Thank you.
for
So
God's
into
sake.
sense.
Let us.
Right, and also,
But it was
Like-
Undertaker's retirement at Survivor Series that it happened.
aye, if someone says it first, saying it louder and more times after that doesn't mean you get the question. Can we just put that out there as well?
Dave, steady on.
Sorry, I got carried away.
Fucking
Butthole,
two.
butthole.
That was my favourite one that I came up with.
Of course it was. It's Kane.
Well, also the fact that he was in his gear, nobody else was. Right.
All I could think about was Only Fools and Horses when they show up dressed as Batman and Robin. And it turns out the guy who hosts the party's died, so it's now awake.
This one I was struggling how to do this one because I know I wanted to talk about this particular person, but I didn't know how to do this. Number 4, man angers Twitter by wearing a shirt. Shirt maybe generous for what we use but that's the shirt.
Oh, Tina Turner.
Yeah, Turner.
Was this was Jackson Riker not wearing a Donald Trump shirt thing, and he tweeted about it, and that was when the Forgotten Sons thing split up.
The survey
Business.
says.
Business.
No, that's wrong.
Business. Was this the Undertaker wearing the Donald Trump t-shirt during the documentary series The Last Ride?
That's also incorrect.
Big breakfast.
Big breakfast.
Did Sting wrestle in a t-shirt in his return in the tag match with Darby Allin against Team Taz?
That's also incorrect.
Oh, that's the only way I can think of.
Hash brown.
That's fair.
Was it Kenny Omega wearing one of his really fucking loud shirts and everyone thinking to, like took the hump for it?
No, that's not. I'm trying to forget, Daniel, how I came
Butthole.
up with this one. We should have worded this better. What is it?
Butthole.
What?
I'm just taking a stab at it. Was it Chris Jericho wearing a Trump shirt during a Fozzy gig?
I don't think that actually even happened.
I don't know.
This was when Keith Lee showed up on the main roster with new gear, and people were angry that he'd been
Right.
to wear like a thin shirt thing that he was.
Never would have guessed that.
I forgot he wore they had the shirt on before the singlet thing.
Everybody kicked off the fact that they covered him up because he was big, like as if you couldn't already tell after the thin sheet they put on him. And I struggled to come up with the fifth one, and then I had this one come into my head. I feel like I should feel bad about it, but I don't. A magician and a boulder bond over their love of bullying and tables.
Big breakfast.
Big breakfast.
Because I seen David getting ready. Is it the submission magician Shayna Baszler and the boulder Nia Jax bullying Lana and putting her through tables multiple times?
God's sake.
That is exactly right.
Yes.
I love that one. That is a belter.
I could see as soon as I seen that was the most clear one to me. And because I got it so clear, I immediately forgot my buzzer number. So I thought, I'm going to put everybody else up by just going, oh!
With the points added in, I can now reveal that the field has changed. So, tied, in last place still 17 is Grant. Tied for second place is Jack, Stephen, and David.
Ooh.
And currently ahead by 2 points is Ross.
Ooh.
Come on, the big breakfast. Big Dick Daddy wants the big breakfast.
Do it.
Now, I said there was no writing down of answers. There are. I will give you some time after I tell you what the subject of this round is to write down some potential options for answers you're going to give me. Because similar to a round that Daniel did called You Think You Know It, which was a last man standing style round, we're going to have that style round again, but I've come up with a different name for my version of this round. It's the last man standing, and you can be an example of a particular thing, but mine is called, and I was happy when I thought of this one, mine is called Survive If You Remember.
Oh, good name.
I had a couple of options for subjects for this one, and actually Daniel helped me come up with this one, and I'm quite happy with it. I want you to tell me a wrestler or producer who was not furloughed but released on both April 15th, 2020 on Black Wednesday, and then a year later, April 15th, 2021, which was technically Black Thursday. Just those 2 dates where people were let go. So if you give me somebody who was released but it wasn't on that date, then you get bugger all. You're out. If you give us a wrong answer or fail to promptly give us an answer, you will be removed, and we'll go down until we have one person left. And so we have first person goes out gets 0, and then somebody gets something as we go along, and then the person that's left gets more points.
The way that I will probably have us do it is, when I did this round originally, it's a big points round. It can really change the scope of things. So if you are the first out, then nul point, 0. If you are the second out, and you can at least give us a name, then you secure 3 points. If you are the third out and can give us a name, you are going to get 5 points. Runner-up will receive 7 points. With the person remaining at the end, provided they can give a name, you pocket 10 points.
Mm-hmm. All right. So all good change.
I'm lost.
All right. I'm giving every chances to write down some names. Daniel is also here. We both got the list in front of us. I've tried to look up some people who may have been PC camps. If we get to that stage, I don't think we will get to that
Steve,
stage.
it's a tag team. Do you need to say a tag team or members of the tag team?
No, I'll take tag teams, individual members of tag teams. So one person,
Right, okay.
one member of a tag team that got let go, and somebody. So particularly these 2 dates, April 15th, 2020, 2021. If you got let go before or after, no. It does not count, and you will be removed. Everybody are ready to go?
No.
No.
Well, tough titty, we're going anyway. I think we should go. Well, starting from last with Grant, and I'll say it's a bit of a tie here. So then we'll go Grant, Dave, Stephen, Jack, then Ross. Okay, so Grant, Dave, Stephen, Jack, Ross. Right, Grant, give us a name, if you please.
I can't remember most of it. I just went with Rusev.
Rusev is correct. That is one. David Hockney.
Luke Gallows.
Luke Gallows is indeed correct. I do realise we actually mentioned a name of somebody in an earlier question and answer, but I will go see who remembers it. Stephen Wilson, you're next.
I will go with Carl Anderson. Thank you very much.
However, he got to that conclusion. Jack Graham.
Kurt Hawkins.
That is also a correct answer. There we go. Everybody's in so far as we go to Ross McLeod.
Zack Ryder.
Again, how you ever got that from Kurt Hawkins, I will not know. Yes, everybody got through the first rotation. We go back round one more time. Grant McRobbie, another name, if you please.
Andrade?
I do not have Andrade on my list. I believe he requested his release and was granted it. Like I said quickly on these two dates. Grant McRobbie is out, but he managed one round. Unfortunately, Neil Pla for you. Thank you for participating. You are in last place. Back to David Hockney for another name.
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan. Yeah, he is on the list. Yes,
Is
sorry,
on the list.
I had to scroll down a bit. Sarah Logan is on the list. Stephen Wilson.
EC3.
EC3, the name inspiration for your draft team, and he is a correct answer. Jack Graham.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is on the list. He was working backstage, got let go, randomly came back for an NXT guest ref spot, buggered off again. That was weird. Also, I should mention, if anybody has somehow come back from being fired, they still count because they had to be let go and to come back. So that was Jack. Ross, you're up next.
We mentioned him earlier, Heath Slater.
Heath Slater, yes, was released amongst the others in 2020. Background, we'll start with Dave since Grant is out.
Drake Maverick.
Great Maverick was announced amongst the releases. Even though he was re-signed, he still counts. That is a correct answer. On to Stephen Wilson.
Samoa Joe.
That is also correct. That also counts. He was released in 2021, came back shortly after. Jack Graham.
Mike Kanellis.
Correct. Us.
Maria Kanellis.
My Joe, how do you do it?
No need to thank me, Ross. I've gave you a round.
Here's to the greatest,
Hey, please don't sing, just give us an answer.
Billy Kay.
Indeed, she was amongst the class in 2021. You gotta be joking, Mike. Stephen Wilson.
Peyton Royce.
Yes. Both members of the Iconics to let go on April 15th, 2021. That is correct. Sorry to remind you of Billy Kay again, Jack, but please, through your heartbeat, give us an answer.
No way, Jose.
Yes, way, Jack. Yes, that is what. That is a good answer.
Yes, way, Jose. She's gone. She's really gone.
Ross.
You told me not to sing, so I was tempted to sing Chelsea, but Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. That is correct.
Nice.
A year on from when her husband was now released, sadly. But Dave, yes, I forgot people's names for a second. I've got too much.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Deanna Purrazzo was amongst the NXT names released in 2021, but she showed up earlier in Impact because NXT non-competes are shorter than main roster. But yes, told she wasn't ready for ready for TV. Stephen Wilson.
Leo Rush.
Leo Rush is another one in 2020. One of the first names announced, I believe. Jack Graham.
Tucker. I don't think
Tucker. In 2021.
Okay.
On February 15th. Ross.
Eric Young.
Eric Young was indeed released in 2020. Also showed up at Slammiversary. Back to Dave. It's been competitive. Grant, I hope you're getting comfortable. Go for the piss if you need it. Dave.
Wesley Blake.
Wesley Blake. Is he on your list? Is he on the list that you have, Daniel? I'm trying to find him.
Should be right at the bottom.
How are you looking at that list, Dave? Is that not you? Is that how you know he's right at the bottom?
He thinks it's alphabetical.
No, because I know you have to scroll. I think it's alphabetical.
I did not put these in
I
any
do
order,
not
that's
have his name here, I'm afraid.
Ooh,
There was May releases as well, remember, Dave?
Yes, he was released in
Oh, he
2021.
might have been one of them.
But not in the date we are looking for, so unfortunately he's not on the list.
Damn it.
David, talk to me. You are out of here. Oh, and now we start with Stephen Wilson.
Oh, it's Squeaky Bum time!
Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan. I think he's on the list. Yeah, I believe Rowan
Yes, he is.
Great, Daniel.
Thank God.
Oh, I just had him as Rowan. That's why I was looking for Eric, and all I could think was Eric Young.
Oh, no, if it was Rowan that was released, it doesn't count. Stephen, cheat.
Aiden English.
I told Dave not to think
He is on the list.
and not sing. So yes, but yes, it was. The Drama King was released in 2020. Ross, getting down to the wire here. I mean, we still got a few names left, but it's getting more tense now.
Mickey James.
Mickey James, I believe, was one amongst the 2021 releases in April 15th.
Put that in a bin bag.
Bye, Mickey James. The wife of your good friend, Ross, Nick Aldis.
Yes, my good, close personal friend, Nick Aldis.
Stephen, you're looking a bit stressed there. You got a name?
I know it's probably not the same date, but I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to guess it. It's Steve Cutler.
Steve Cutler.
I don't know if they were released the different days.
And the survey says...
Yeah.
That is incorrect. He was released in 2021, but not in the dates we are looking for.
This is how it was always meant to be, Ross.
Coming down one.
We are
5
inevitable.
points to Stephen.
We are the people.
Whoever is next out, you'll get 7 points.
And a reminder to whoever then remains, then if you have to then give us one more name to get the full 10, and well, you'll get the 7 as well.
Fucking hell.
So it's my turn.
Yeah,
It's Jack, aye.
If you're next.
I believe there was a lot of uproar when they got released at the Big Bash. It was Mike Chioda.
Yeah, I don't think
He's on the list, yes.
Oh yeah, Mike Yoda is on the list.
Never gonna stop, give it up.
This match will be refereed by Mike Yoda.
Right, I think he was one of the 2020 ones. I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. He's had about 4 gimmick names, but he was working as a producer. If I just say one of the gimmick names, would I get?
If I know who you're talking about, then yeah.
Hurricane Shane Helms.
Then back, Ross. That's the correct answer coming through.
Yes!
I thought it was only forward.
Okay, I can confirm that right now there are 9 names still here.
9 names remaining. Jack Graham, squeaky bum time for you, son. Yeah, man.
Primo.
Primo is correct.
There you go. I'll give you one, Ross.
I don't know what to say, just in case they get released a couple of weeks later. Epico.
Is correct.
Don't ever do that again. I'll boot you.
So you've given Ross one, but Jack, you've maybe given yourself one away. So what's your next one going to be? We're now down to 7 names.
The only one I could think of was NXT UK and Cassius Ohno.
Okay, I can confirm Jack Graham is still in the game.
There we go. And Ross McLeod is thinking, oh no. And now he has to give us another name.
I'm going to go NXT UK too. Was Nigel McGuinness furloughed?
Okay,
Yeah,
I can confirm that Nigel McGuinness is among the names.
Oh, fuck.
Yes!
Fuck.
Oh,
I mean, Stephen's trying to say in the chat that he's still employed furloughed in April, but
I think it was a lot of people for NXT were released and came back.
Fuck. I feel I'm saying someone that's already been said. Because no. I forgot his the big. He's got a weird, not a weird name. He's got
like I said, in the event that one of them mentions when these PC talented didn't appear that much, they got let go. I made a note of one. I tried to make a note of 1 or 2 names. Like, I can't guarantee that I'll say them, but just in case they say one that's not on your list. I doubt that's what Jack's going to go for because he's looking like he's struggling. But we are
I think there's a name I've got down. I think he's already been said. Shit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Give us a name or you're out.
I was gonna. It's Tino. I don't know. His say.
Right, that's time, surely.
I just Tino. I gob it for me. That's.
And he's failed to produce an answer. Jack Game is out, but Ross must provide us. He's got 7 points, but Ross must provide us with one more name. Otherwise, he gets 7 points too. But he can take 10 points if he gives us one more name.
Is it Tito Sabatelli?
I can confirm that Tino Sabatelli was on the list. So therefore, bagging 10 points is Ross McLeod, and by extension, Scott, do you want to make the announcement?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think once it came down to Jack and Ross, I think the conclusion we could be drawing for yourself was going to come down to those two. And new Quiz Showdown champion, I believe now, for the first time ever, a 3-time Quiz Showdown champion, Ross McLeod. As everybody rejoins us.
Thank you. I'd just like to be modest in this moment where I just yell, victory!
Before we get round to everybody else, we should mention some of the names that were not mentioned that were still remaining. Kalisto, Tainara Conte, Davari was working as a producer. IRS and Finlay also producers that got let go. Anybody?
Scott Armstrong, and also the B team guy himself, Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. I had that down, but I thought it was already said.
Dallas had not been said.
Almost put Chris Axel on this, but his release wasn't confirmed until a few days later, so he would not have qualified.
I had Braun on my list and thought, will I do it? And then I realised when me and Ryan Wilson did Central after Double or Nothing, that's when we spoke about Braun's release, and I'm like, no, Double or Nothing was a wee bit further down. That was the only reason I didn't shout. Like, I had Braun written down, and if I'd got desperate, I was going to, let's say, Braun. He was like, oh, fuck it, just give an answer.
Well, there you go, everybody. We had a few options. I can't remember what one of the other one was, but I was going to go with competitors in the 2021 Women's Rumble, but then that would have taken away a potential round for Ross's next Rumble quiz next year. I can't remember what the other one I had planned was, but then down to just this one I thought, and specifically seeing these 2 dates as well, is what really made it interesting. So
I can say, in terms of Quiz Showdown statistics as well, Ross is in fact the only 4-time winner of Quiz Showdown.
Oh.
There you go. And we're the only people to successfully defend it, as did the former champion at one point. He successfully defended it. Not on this occasion, but Jack, your reign has come to an end. How are you feeling?
It's a shame it came right down to the wire, but it was always said between myself and everyone that when I was going to lose, it was going to be on actually wrestling instead of a gimmick Quiz Showdown. So the time had to come sooner rather than later. But no, I enjoyed that. I felt I did all right if I kept it as close as I could to the end there, and with people falling short as well. I enjoyed the last 2 rounds. They were good.
But Ross, you will be back when Daniel once again hosts the next Quiz Showdown 13. Can you feel the heat? You'll be on it. I'm probably going to be on it as well as a competitor. So we'll see how you manage that. We don't know who else is going to be on, but I look forward to when we pass the reins back over to Daniel. I hope to host another Quiz Showdown and I think I'm going to go more gimmicky next time around than pure knowledge, because I had fun those last 2 rounds. I want a quiz more of that style.
Well, if you want a quiz more of that style, come back next month for Quiz Showdown 13. Can you feel the heat? Because it is purely the return of rounds that have not been used on the show for a very, very long time. They're going to be mental, they're going to be fun, and that's precisely why you should join us next month for Quiz Showdown 13. Can you feel the heat? Ross will be back. I'm hoping that maybe a few more of the guys in here will be back. But in the meantime, folks, thank you to Scott for a very good quiz. Congratulations, Scott, today.
Thank you very much. I always enjoy listening. I really enjoyed last time, and I'm not going to say this was simply the best Quiz Showdown we've ever had, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe some other people might say it.
Well, what's love got to do with it?
Yes, thank you. Any opportunity I get to be on the show, whether as a host or competitor, I'll always take it.
Good. Well, that has been us for today. Congratulations again to the new Quiz Showdown champion, Ross McLeod. And from all of us here on Quiz Showdown, have a good time, and we will catch you later.